So, you are no longer in the forests of Barovia. There are no ravens and crows for the first time in a long time since you've been here.
Oh.
You are atop a frozen mountain peak. The wind is blowing heavily all around you. And you huddle for warmth in this wagon. You see, carved out of the mountain, the image that you see before you. The road fades away under a covering of snow, but it takes you far enough to see the facade of some kind of temple carved into sheer mountainside ahead. The front of the structure is 50 feet high and has 6 alcoves containing 20-foot-tall statues. Each statue is carved from a single block of amber and depicts a faceless, hooded figure. Its hands pressed together in a gesture of prayer. Between the 2 innermost statues is a 20-foot-tall archway with a staircase leading down. Your horse is struggling to get through the foot, if not like the feet of snow that is beneath it. It is up to its torso, and it is heaving through, and Casimir keeps on casting spells and trying to clear the entranceway. The road leading to the temple is carved out of this gigantic snow pile, and it almost seems to be beckoning you forward toward the temple. But as you get closer, you feel uneasy. A tremendous sense of vile, evil energy emanating from this temple that is as thick as expired milk on the air. It's palpable, and the closer you get, the stronger it becomes. So Casimir cracks the whip one more time and gets the horse and the wagon underneath one of the archways. And his mark, huddling his goat coat close, hops off the wagon, offers to help you down. And as you take in your surroundings into this wonderful map.
Map.
The story, the nightmare, is yours. What would you like to do?
Ooh. Okay, so I assume I am at X1.
Yes, that is exactly right, and that is the only thing that you will see. Oh. Casimir hops off. Ismark hops off. And yeah, what are you doing?
You see their old portraits. Makes me go tee-hee. Okay. So she's looking around. You described the 2 statues. They're just do they just look like regular statues? Like,
they're made out of... They do not look like regular statues. They are made out of solid amber.
Ah. Okay. I'm gonna use Divine Sense.
Okay, link that in the chat, please.
Oh, no. There you go.
So, you didn't need divine sense to sense the evil, like I said. Both Casimir and Ismark seem to be aware of it. And... okay. Within the same radius... consecrated. That is not behind... within 60 feet of you, that is not behind total cover. So, you tap into your divine sense, and that immense feeling of evil is amplified by someone that knows better. You thought it was bad, but that was just because you weren't really paying attention. But after you tap into it, and you try to really size up this place, you cannot help but have a feeling of horror embedded deep within you. Your feet begin to tremble uncontrollably, if only for a moment, after you realize the immense evil power that is emanating from this place.
This place. Oh, we have to be absolutely careful. Who knows what evils are in there?
Yeah, you're telling me. Even I can feel that, and I'm usually not akin to this magical stuff. Casimir steps up, in his normal clothing, not shivering at all, looking fine. We should definitely be careful.
All right. Well, I suppose let's stick together and look through this place.
Icy steps descend 10 feet to a time-ravaged hallway with arrow slits in the walls. Beyond the hall lies a vast, sepulchral darkness. And Ismark begins to squint as you gaze into blackness, and he seems to be having a very hard time seeing.
Are there any torches? Are there any torches around? No?
There are no torches on the walls. There are slits on either side that are basically, they're turrets meant for shooting arrows through.
Are they like traps that meant to shoot at us?
Make an investigation check. And how are you doing that?
Okay, so I am going to lean against the wall. Like, if I'm leaning against the wall, the trap would be like next to it.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to shoot, I'll shoot a firebolt across to see, like, across in front of the arrows to see if any of them react.
Mm-hmm. A bolt of flame emanates from your hand, goes past, and illuminates the interior a little further. What's the range of firebolt?
Firebolt goes 120 feet.
Yeah, so this goes all the way. Yeah.
Pretty far.
Easily hits the back of the room. Your firebolt arcs through the darkness. And you see, briefly, at the far end of the room, a statue with its head enveloped in a dark, thick cloud. Just for a moment, as your firebolt whizzed past it, before hitting the wall and dissipating.
Okay. Maybe I might want to throw like a pebble to see, or like to see if that might trip the arrow, because I don't want to just walk through and get impaled. That's like D&D 101. That's like
naturally.
Okay, if I'm gonna get impaled, I'm gonna at least try to figure out how these things work, okay?
All right. So you toss a pebble. There are plenty of rocks and pieces of amber around, just solid chunks that you can toss through.
All right.
Nothing happens. But you start to hear the reverberating echo of the pebble as it goes into the stone hallway, and you realize that the chamber beyond is probably quite large.
Okay. I think, okay, what I'll do, I'll take out I'll take out a dagger and literally like put it in front of like one of the arrow slits to see if it reacts.
You do that. Nothing happens.
All right. I'm tossing the dagger through the hall. See if that... Nothing?
Clattering reverberates the stone chamber beyond, revealing what I said before.
Interesting. Okay. Nothing is triggering these things. Okay. I don't want to waste a detect magic or dispel magic right now. Okay, you know what? Serena's gonna very cautiously, carefully, like, take a step forward.
You are eyeing these turrets closely. And you take one step and go ahead and put your character where you're stepping, because I don't want to move. I don't want to assume anything.
Okay.
Take a step, then another, and as you step in front of the turrets, you look both ways. And you have dark vision. You see that these turrets are roughly 4 feet tall and 5 inches wide, and roughly a foot thick. These these are thick stone walls. And you gaze inside. Go ahead and make me a perception check. Good start.
That's with advantage, but it's still a 23, 22.
Yeah. So, I'll just say, you look, and slumped in the northeast corner of the room on your right is a skeleton wearing a blue wizard's robe and clutching a wand to its chest. To your left, you see a guard room that probably was used to defend this place at one point, but is now empty. Ismark steps forward behind you, spear drawn, Casimir behind him. Looks all right. And as you step out of the wind, Ismark shakes off his cloak, dusting all the snow off of him as it clatters to the floor.
Right. Probably same for Serena, but like, skip that.
Yeah.
Okay, nothing so far. We'll have to find a torch or something for Ismark. You can't really see much in here, can you?
No, I can't see shit.
Okay. Well, just try to stay behind me and Casimir, all right?
All right.
And she's going to cautiously step forward again.
Casimir steps in front of you. Follow my lead, my little human friend. And you leave the frozen...
Is he little? Like, everybody calls him...
No, that's just something... That's something that Casimir and the vampires have been calling him.
Oh. Just to be demeaning, or is he like actually short?
You get a sense that Casimir has just been poking fun at Ismark since he's met him, because Ismark has been nothing but a dick to him for the most part.
Got it. Yeah. Okay. I guess, can I look around here?
Yeah, it is pitch black. But with your dark vision, you can absolutely look around.
Yes, elves 1, humans 0.
A 20-foot wide balcony of black marble with a shattered railing overlooks a vast temple. Black marble staircases at each end of the balcony descend 30 feet to a temple floor. The vaulted ceiling is 30 feet above the balcony. The walls and ceiling are covered in an amber glaze, lending the gloom to a golden sheen. A set of amber doors stands closed at the west end of the balcony. A similar pair stands open to the east. And I'm gonna reveal it.
So we're on, so it goes downwards.
Yep, so this descends underground.
Got it. Okay, I thought it was just ascending upwards. Okay, because I drew a picture. Like this. This is what I thought I saw, but it's literally the opposite end. Okay.
Yeah, and as you look around, the only light from the entranceway, which is a dull white-gray from the reflection of the snow, glistens and dances across this vast chamber. It's all amber, or at least has that sheen to it. It's actually a little pretty. But as you go further in, that palpable sense of evil and immense magic only gets stronger.
All right, so she's just looking around this room. And by the way, she picked up her dagger and picked up like whatever.
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah.
Naturally.
Okay, so let's see. There's a room to the right.
Yep. And that door is open, and that door is closed.
Okay. And then whatever is happening way down here. You said there's a statue here?
Yes, there is. A statue with its head entirely shrouded in darkness.
Okay.
A dark cloud that is animate.
Interesting. You said that there was there was a corpse somewhere in here, and there's a guard's room somewhere?
Exactly. The corpse was on the right side when you looked through the turret, and the guard's room was empty on the left.
So the guard's room is over this side?
Yes.
And the corpse is over this way?
Exactly.
Okay. Where should we go?
Welcome to the Amber Temple.
Yay!
It's been a long time coming.
It has, actually. It's been literal months. Not just in game time, just like in real life time, it's been months.
Yep. It's taken a lot to get here.
Okay. How about, let's see. How do we know it's a guard's room if the door is closed? Is there something indicating it's a guard's room?
When you looked through the turret, you saw remnants of equipment, and just by looking at the architecture and the turret and having this narrow corridor, you got the sense that this was just probably a place to defend it from. Like it was like a place where guards would shoot through the turrets toward any intruders.
It's a defense position.
Yeah, exactly.
Got it.
Exactly.
Okay, let's look in there first, and then come back and look at the corpse.
Okay.
Because I don't want that corpse to like suddenly wake up and be like booga booga booga.
You approach a set of double amber doors. Translucent. Very, very fuzzy. With iron hinges and fittings. And you approach the door.
It's a door entirely made of amber?
Entirely made of amber. The only thing that isn't are the hinges and the handles.
Okay. Is it possible for me to try to use Thorn Whip to open the door?
Absolutely.
I'm gonna do it. See, this is why having Thorn Whip is a really good cantrip. Not for battle, really, but like for the utility.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you can get creative, y'all, it's a pretty good cantrip to have. When you don't want to touch things.
When you don't want to touch things.
You just like Thorn Whip, pick up.
All right.
Or if you want to use Hold Monster, but you know that's too much money.
15. So you crack your Thorn Whip on the handle, and it wraps around it flawlessly, and tug as the doors slide open and glide. Didn't make as much sound as you thought it would. To reveal, torches and sconces light this bare stone room. 6 bedrolls made from stitched animal furs covering the floor, and cold air enters from a fissure in the southwest wall. But more importantly, you see 6 sets of eyes looking back at you as familiar berserker people. Gaze back, and a dire wolf at their side, and another individual in a mask draws both blades, looks at you, and Ismark peeks behind your shoulder, and all of the berserkers freeze. And the wolf is growling, and this masked figure is looking at these other berserkers, puzzled. And these other berserkers start whispering to each other as they gaze at you through the double doors, but they're not attacking.
Maybe I should close the door. She's going to. I mean, she's cautiously staring at them. Like, she doesn't know if they're gonna attack. She doesn't know if they're if they're just taking a nap.
Make an insight check.
You know, does she need to? I got a 6. I don't know what's going on.
They seem to just be whispering back and forth, not reaching for their weapons, other than the masked one who drew their weapons very quickly. But, and is looking toward the other figures for confirmation just with grunts. But the other ones are just looking, and the wolf is growling back.
I think we need to subtly back up and, like, not draw our weapons, but, like, be ready to draw them in case.
Yeah, Ismark has his spear at the ready, and he's pointing it at them. And as he does, the berserkers kind of start to reach for their weapons, but hesitantly. What's the plan?
I don't know. They're not attacking, so they don't seem to be hostile. At least I don't think so. Maybe they were just sleeping here. Just using this place as shelter. I don't know.
What is the plan? As fire begins to dance through Casimir's fingers.
Well, stop that. Okay. We don't want to come across as we're just here to kill them. Okay. No fighting needs to happen if it doesn't need to happen. Okay.
The gladiator steps forward. Well, the masked individual. And steps in the doorway. And looks very intently at all of the people around them. They're just not following him at all. And then you see the eye slits through his mask. bloodshot and intense, gazing at you with an intense aggression to it. But like he's trying to hold, like it's taking everything he can not to charge right now.
I'm trying to think, do I have a spell that might be able to help? Message? Towards a whisper creature, the whisper hears the can only reply in a whisper that you can hear because if you're familiar with the target. That doesn't really count if I'm not familiar with him. Okay. Shoot. Okay, well, if this berserker guy is gonna attack, well then we're gonna have to defend ourselves. But like
he's not. You see drool coming down his chin from the inside of the mask and dripping to the floor. But he's not attacking. And the berserkers are just looking your direction with a stunned look on their face.
I could try to communicate with them, but I don't know if they speak any of the languages that I know.
What are you doing?
I guess she'll try to communicate and say, hi, sorry for disturbing all of you. We were just going to look around the place and then leave. So there doesn't need to be any trouble. If there doesn't need to be any trouble.
One of the individuals covered in furs and mud grabs the masked individual firmly and squeezes, steps up and looks your way. You see half of its face is clawed to oblivion and scarred and scabbed over, gazing at you through the door. Please, leave us be.
All right. As you request, we will be exploring this temple a little bit, but we will leave you all alone.
The masked individual steps forward, and Ismark steps forward as a spear, and as Ismark steps forward, all of the robed individuals step back. He raises a spear, points it at him. Stay your distance, friend.
How about we just close the door and pretend this whole interaction didn't happen?
Ismark steps forward and gets ready to push the amber doors, and it glides. And you see the people on the interior close behind it. Whoa, well, that was a lot more civil than I thought it was going to be.
I didn't expect people to be here. But I suppose if people were to be here, probably would be a lot of the barbarians that have been, in the mountains anyway.
Maybe they are taking shelter from the cold.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Whew, okay. Well, let's hope they continue to leave us alone. Where should we go next? And then she turns around.
Okay.
And you know what? Let's go in here.
Okay.
Let's see what's on the other side.
Okay.
Oh yeah, can I ask for a torch? Ah, dang it. I literally thought about that when you described the torches in the room. I was like, I need a torch. Shoot, we'll just have to find a torch somewhere else, okay? I'm not opening that door again. Nope. Okay.
All right.
Not worth.
All right. So, you go through the other one. As you step through, the pitter-patter of each footstep that you take reverberates in the stone chamber around you. And your passive perception's 14, yeah?
My passive perception? I don't know where it is. It is 14, yes.
As you take a step, Ismark follows you and Casimir follows you. You hear mumbling from down below. Near this area, beneath this, because the staircases descend, and there appears to be probably something underneath this thing because you hear conversation. But as you step over there, this room is featureless, except for a rough-edged 10-foot diameter circular hole in the floor to the east, and an empty torch that is on the wall.
Oh, well, perf.
Double doors of amber stand open on the north and west wall. A single closed door lies just south of the western set of double doors.
Okay, because I was like, I need to see what's in this room.
Yeah, I explain and then I reveal.
Got it. Okay, so
that's a pit.
Okay, so there's a hole in here leading somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Is it like through the floor,
Yep.
or is it like just?
It is.
Okay.
It is through the floor. Even from over here, you can see. Make a perception check, actually. You can see dancing green light emanating from below.
Okay, that's not a great sign. So you said this is just like a little alcove in this room. What's in here?
Oh, there's a door, a closed door, and it's just a chamber that leads to another room right there.
You mean here?
Yeah, that's the door.
Okay. And then you said the corpse was where in here?
There was no corpse. There was a single set of closed doors to the south.
Well, I thought you said... Huh?
Yeah, no, there's no corpse.
You said that there was a corpse clutching a wand or something.
Oh! What before? Yeah, the corpse that you saw clutching a wand was through the turret that led to a room over here.
Oh, so it's in this room. There's a doorway inside the turret?
No, you looked through the turret into this room and you saw a door. You saw a body in there.
Okay, so if I were to use this door,
Yeah.
I'm thinking it would lead to the same room, right?
Yep. You looking at the map, that would make sense.
Okay. Sorry, I'm thinking a turret. I'm thinking like I don't think of like a building a turret. I'm thinking a turret as in like a standing gigantic crossbow type thing.
No, a turret as in a slit in the wall. Medieval definition of turret.
Okay, so that's why I was confused. I'm like, I looked through the turret?
Yeah,
What?
no, a turret is just like, the little slits that you see all around keeps and things like that to shoot arrows through.
Got it. Okay. So I guess let's look in there. Let's go down here.
So you approach the...
Although, actually, let's pick up a torch. Let's pick up a torch and light it.
You light the torch.
Yeah.
All right.
There you go, Mark. Happy birthday.
That's better. All right. And you open up the set of amber doors to reveal another chamber. Shattered bits of wood cover the floor in this frigid 20-foot square room. There is no door.
So there's no door, it's just a walkway.
Well,
Inside the room?
there's this chamber as you open through, and you see this cluttered room. Which is weird, because you know that there was something beyond this, because you looked through the turret to see it. And it should be there, but there's no wall. There's no door.
Huh. And then we didn't see anything, like, here.
Nope.
Huh?
Yeah.
There must be some way to get in here, but...
Yeah, Ismark and Casimir both look as perplexed as you, like, that doesn't make sense.
Huh. Well, if this room is super messy, can I take a look around?
Make an investigation check.
7.
7.
Junk.
Ismark is definitely going to help you with this. He's looking around. Go ahead and take advantage.
Well, doesn't Ismark have his own stats, or no?
So he is aiding you and looking around.
Okay, well, I'll just roll again then.
Yeah.
A 13.
You look around, and you kick things over and try to just get a sense of things, and in particular, just like how you could enter this room. So you know that something is beyond this wall, and you see that as you dust aside a little bit on the wall, you see a groove that was covered with cobwebs and dirt, a slit on the western wall.
Okay, first of all, I'm gonna use Firebolt to burn all the cobwebs. Cobwebs equal spiders.
You cast Firebolt and goes up, and you see the outline of what appears to be a door that was hidden with all of the muck and debris that has built up on these walls over time.
Well, I'm gonna use Thorn Whip and pull the door open.
You pull the door open, and you see the chamber that you saw through the turret.
Wow.
The body, not having moved.
Okay, is that the only thing in this room?
It's just a body.
Okay.
With a wizard holding I'll read you the description again. Slumped in the northeast corner is a skeleton wearing a blue wizard's robe, clutching a wand to its chest.
Okay. I'm gonna ask Casimir what he thinks.
Casimir. I look so
Is Casimir a wizard? I don't know what class he is.
Yeah, he looks... It appears to be some kind of spellcaster. Or was.
Well, yeah. How in the world... Well, we have to think about why he's here. How come he died here? If he's a spellcaster, he should have been able to get himself out, so what prevented him from doing so? Especially when he's so close to the entrance.
Who's to say?
Huh. He's holding a wand?
He's holding a wand.
What does a wand look like?
It looks like just a thin piece of wood with a handle carved out near the bottom. And... yeah, make a perception check.
$16.
And you see near the hilt, it seems to be actually very finely cut. And from the surrounding environments, which is filled with dust and debris and these wizards' robes, which have been eaten through by various things and time, this wand is in pristine condition.
Odd. The wizard is dead, and it looks like he's been dead for a long time, but the wand looks like it's in perfect condition. I hope that wand isn't the reason he's dead. We should err on the side of caution. I probably don't want it. I probably wouldn't even be able to use it anyway. I already have my violin, so... I don't know. Casimir, if you want it, you can have it, but I'm kind of wary of it, considering the circumstances.
All right, I suppose could not hurt to get a new wand. Goes over and take a look at Casimir. Yep, a spectral skeletal hand emanates from his own and waves through and grasps the wand before it turns and vanishes into an invisible force and carries the wand over to him. Clearly magical, but who knows? Maybe it has some uses.
Okay. Nothing weird, nothing strange, you're not glowing?
The Ismark turns the corner, who is still glowing that faint crimson glow.
Right.
No, nothing.
Okay, well, I guess a souvenir then. Let's keep going. Okay, so we heard whispers.
Yeah, below, and you see that these doors are open and lead into this chamber. Again, as you look through these doorways, glazed amber covers the walls of this 20-foot wide, 70-foot long arched corridor. The amber doors at both ends of the hall stand open. A closed door is in the middle east wall, and 3 arrow slits are cut into the wall across from it. Cracks in the black marble floor run through the length of the hall.
Ooh, how bad are the cracks? Because I'm like, I don't want to walk over there and fall down.
You even at a cursory glance, you can tell that this stonework is thick and well made, and you get a sense that it would be very safe to walk on. But it is definitely this temple is probably in the process of nature reclaiming it.
Okay. The floors are thick.
Yes.
Okay.
The floors be thick.
Thick. Okay. Well, I'm actually more interested in the conversation that's happening downstairs, because if there's any live beings in here, I kind of want to see what's up. So I'm going to go out. Carefully go downstairs and go towards the right under here?
Yep. You step there.
Nani?
Yeah, that's you. Casimir and Ismark are always right on your tail. You leading the way. 4 black marble columns support the vaulted ceiling of the temple, at the north end of which stands a 40-foot tall statue of a cowled figure in flowing robes. The statue's stony hands are outstretched as if in the midst of casting a spell. Its face is an utter void of blackness. The ominous statue stands between 2 black marble balconies, one of which is partially collapsed and fallen on the temple's black marble floor, in front of an open doorway. The walls of the temple are sheathed in amber, and the door leading down from it is made of amber as well. Arched hallways coated with amber lead away from the temple to the west and the east. Flanking these exits are alcoves that held white marble statues of robed human wizards with pointed hats and golden staves. One of them has toppled over and lies shattered on the floor. And you'll take a look underneath. I'm actually going to move over to the other map.
Oh. another map?
So this is the section below. You are at the bottom of the stairway, leading the way.
Okay, like that?
Yep.
Here?
Yep, right there. And you see that there are statues. There.
Okay.
And the entranceway that you're hearing noises have only gotten louder. And it seems to be coming from the right.
Okay.
But as you step there, a spectral green light comes out of the blackness. And begins to encircle the statue. A glowing green light.
This one?
The one at the very center, coming from the blackness of its head.
Okay, so a green light is emanating from the
Yes.
black fog around this thing's head.
A spectral hand of green light. And it slithers its way over to you. And I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
No, leave me alone. No, I'm burning a nat 20. Nope. Nope. Whatever it is, I don't want it.
Which is
I
good.
don't want it.
It's very good. This finger taps you. And your heart stops. As the hand dissipates. You take 60 points of necrotic damage, halved to 30. As...
What? With a natural 20.
Yeah, well, halved to 30, because you succeeded. And the turrets on the left side begin to glow with an eerie light, as I need you to roll me some initiative.
If I didn't burn that nat 20, I would have died. Right then and there. I would have been dead. Because that's exactly how much health I have total.
Bam, knocked unconscious.
30, no, necrotic damage. Necrotic damage, once your max HP goes to 0, you are dead.
That's not... No, you need to get dealt 120 points to get killed outright. It's double your max HP in one blow. Unless it's a specific spell that says when reduced to 0 hit points, you die. Which you don't know if this one was, but...
Well, I mean, what about necrotic when your HP...
That's a vampire thing. Yeah, that is purely a vampire thing. Necrotic damage doesn't do that automatically. That's just a specific effect that happens sometimes.
Okay, well...
Either way, a lot of damage, and I need you to roll me some initiative.
Woo! I hate that. Okay. Man, this place is no joke. Oh my gosh. You might want to adjust the camera for the stream, Kai.
Oh yeah. Because I switched maps. There we go.
There you go.
Actually, but before I go into the initiative order, upon getting this sensation, what is your immediate reaction?
Well, once I saw the green spectral thing coming at me, first thought is I don't want that to touch me. And I would try to like either dispel it or stay away from it or like try to fight it or like that type of thing.
Yeah. So this thing tapped you, and you sense this immense sense of pressure as your heart stopped and then started up again just by your sheer force of will. What is your initial reaction? Basically, what would your first turn be before I go through the hassle of just rolling everyone's initiative?
I would try to dispel the black.
Okay.
void around this thing's head.
All right,
that's where the hand came from.
Yeah. So we're gonna.
It's obviously evil-looking magic or whatever.
Yeah. So we're gonna go into initiative then. All right.
Okay.
Perfect.
Ah, dang it! After this, I'm gonna have to take a whole nap.
Okay.
Killing me.
Top of the round.
Dead.
I sure hope not. We have got this statue. As another spell starts to emanate from this black abyss.
Man, chat, y'all are gonna have to use your channel points today. Oof.
As a bolt of lightning shoots outward, and I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw, as does Casimir, as does Ismark.
A nat 1.
Someone want to give her another natural 20? And that's 2 failures. What's the rules? Okay. Here we go.
Jimmy and Luck gave me one, a nat 20. Whew!
You gonna use it?
Yes!
You all...
I'm not about to drop the first round.
You all take... I need to do some math here. Sorry. This...
You all take 76 damage. You're kidding.
Okay. So, Ismark and Casimir have a surge of electricity put through them as you take 25 points of lightning damage. And they take...
Down. Oh my gosh, Ivo was dropped already.
And they take 50.
I think we need to run. I think we need to leave. Like this is too much. This is beyond our pay grade.
The red glow of Ismark fades, and he is looking pretty rough.
Uh-huh. So is everyone else.
This is interesting.
No, we gotta go. We're leaving. Bye. Bye, Amber Temple. This is beyond our pay grade.
And this is interesting. Yeah, Casimir drops unconscious.
Wow.
This statue is no joke. Next up, these glowing things that are coming from the western wall are going to fire.
Oh, love that. Oh my gosh. TPK, TPK, TPK.
All right, that's a +5 to hit, so... Okay. Whoa, didn't mean to do that. Okay. And rays of fire energy shoot down from the turrets above. Right at Ismark, who ducks out of the way, and then 2 other bolts pierce him. And Ismark gets knocked unconscious.
You're kidding.
It is now your turn, Serena.
is no joke. Nah, we have to leave. We have to leave. I have no choice. I have to go to them. Cure wounds. I can't cure wounds and.
No, you can't.
Oh, I can't.
You can healing word and dash though, or you can healing word action drag one of them back up the stairs.
Wait, no. I can lay on hands. That's not a spell, is it? Is lay on hands a spell?
That's a good question.
That's a class ability. That pool equal to your paladin level. As an action, you can touch a creature and draw power from the pool.
That's not a spell. Yeah, you could use that as an action and healing word to bring them both back up.
Let's do it and run.
All right.
Like heroes.
Yeah, like heroes.
Like heroes. Okay.
Which one are you healing words? Which one are you lay on handsing?
I'm gonna give healing word to Ismark, and I'm gonna lay on hands 4 points to Casimir.
Okay, Casimir heals up 4, and Ismark, they both get back up, just groaning in pain.
All right, another 5. Yeah. So basically, Ismark gets 5, Casimir gets 4, and we're like, time to yeet out of here.
Yeah. So you step back up the stairway.
Good thing we're not in front.
Yep. And next up is Casimir's turn.
I'm like, so okay, let me see the actual distance. So I was like here.
Yep.
And then I went here. That's 15. Yep. So I can actually get here by the end of the turn. All right. Let's go, y'all. Beep, beep.
Beep, 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 beep. All right.
Wee.
Yeah. You can tell. Does Casimir have anything else? Yeah, this is basically all I can do. All right, my friends. And he touches, and both Ismark and Casimir turn invisible. And he makes his way back toward the entrance. As another beam. Actually, wait, no, that's Ismark. Am I right? Because it's Casimir. And you're blocking the entrance, so I'll step there. And gazing through one of the slits, this green flame starts to pulsate as a spell is being cast. It's giving off the telltale signs, and Casimir casts his counter spell on, I think this is yes! Casts his counter spell, and the green flame dissipates, and then glows again, and that's all that space is going to do is Casimir hold... well, you can't actually see what he's doing. Ismark bolts. These are both invisible. And next up is this creature's turn. Who is... you. Oh no, he's covered in darkness. Ooh, you go up the stairs, down. So yeah, actually, you're out of combat. The statue falls beneath the balcony, and the turrets on the other side are still glowing. But that statue ain't no joke.
So yeah, so this one. Oh no.
Yeah. And the statue still just, you're looking down on it now. The circle of blackness that it was casting spells from.
All right. Well, I mean, I'm not stopping to turn around. Like, we need to get outside.
No problem.
Out the building.
Ismark and Arietta step back outside. Casimir collapses, holding his side, bleeding profusely from all the lightning burns. Putting snow on it to help soothe the pain. Casimir, as the invisibility flickers out. What the fuck was that?
I have no idea. Ow. And I think they're just gonna try to lick their wounds for a bit.
Yeah. So you can take a short rest with your Song of Rest.
Yep. But the problem is, I have necrotic damage. That's not gonna go away until a full rest, right?
No, because that's a vampire thing. Like I said, like you're getting, the vampire has a specific feature that lowers people's max HP. That's not all necrotic damage.
Necrotic damage doesn't do that across the board?
Nope, it does not.
Oh, so it's regular damage?
Yes, well, it's necrotic damage.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can take your short rest and regain your hit points as normal.
Wait a minute. Okay, so then I did my math wrong. Let's see. Out of 30, I took 30 necrotic damage and 5. Okay, I guess that's still correct. Okay. That's 10 health. Oof. I need to roll hit dice as well.
Indeed.
How many hit dice can you roll at once?
Up to your level in your class. So Paladin has a D10, so you have one D10 and the rest are D8s.
Uh-huh.
I think the bard is D8. But
Yeah. Okay.
And then Casimir's got those juicy D6s.
I'm gonna burn a D10.
All right.
That's a 1. Lovely. Okay, so I guess I'll have to probably use a few more.
So 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 23 points of healing to Casimir. And you gave him 1 hit point, so he's at 24 now. And Casimir had 5 hit points, and he just got 15. And he's gonna roll 1 more. 15, 20, so Casimir's at 20 HP. Plus your Song of Rest, which is a it's a D6?
Well, I rolled
you rolled it, so it's another 5. Okay. So that's 25 for Kaz. And that's a 29 for Ismark. And he had, the red glow was gone, which saved his life.
Okay, heal another 21. Ooh, that's still not enough for me to go back in there. I'm not gonna lie. I think the team needs to stick outside and form a game plan before going back in there, and that's probably going to take another day. I am not going back in there with these sort of
we know that the statue can do that.
Yeah. Ow. If we're going to be exploring this place, that thing has to go.
Well, it didn't seem to bother us until we went down the stairs.
Well, I don't know. We could try to maybe dispel it from the upper balcony?
Maybe. There was also the lights coming from the slits in the sides towards where we saw the barbarians before, the berserkers, whatever the hell. That was a lot, though.
Man. We barely walked in through the door, and we've already run into so much trouble. I really hope this place isn't out of our league.
That's probably just bad luck. Hey, we learned, right? Oh, damn it.
Yes, but I think we got lucky this time. I just really hope that we don't run into something even worse in the temple that we're not prepared to deal with.
Well, this may not be as easy as we thought it would be. Hey, should I maybe start laying out some camping stuff on the outside? I think we might be here a few days.
Probably.
All right, I'll do that. Keep playing your music. It's actually really, really helping.
Thanks.
And Ismark sets up base camp outside in the freezing cold. But you set up a makeshift camp around where the cart is. What's the plan?
We need to heal up
Yeah.
completely before we go back in.
You've got some healing spells if you want to use them. Because they used all of their hit dice.
Yeah. I still have 2 hit dice, but like...
Mm-hmm.
We are not going back in there today.
All right.
Okay.
So you're done for the day. That was
Like,
it.
I mean, I'm not going back in there being this unprepared. You know? Like, if that's the first thing we run into in this temple, I'm not even sure if I want to even continue. You know? Like, what if that's like the weakest thing in the temple is the first thing? You know, what if there's worse stuff in there that could just like one shot one of the party members, you know?
Yeah, exploring this temple is dangerous.
Right. I mean, are we even strong enough? Like,
You are.
are we? I'm not even sure. Whoa.
Yeah, this temple's just mean.
Okay, well, I'm trying to think. I could try to either destroy the statue with Thorn Whip, or I could try to dispel it, or even both, you know? From a distance. Like, let me see the distance from... I can dispel magic from 120 feet away.
Yeah, you can easily do it from there, from atop the balcony.
I wonder if it's worth it to try that
Sure.
now.
Sure, if you want to give it a shot.
I mean, from so far away, you know?
Yeah.
And I have dark vision, so I can see it from that distance. And let me see Thorn Whip. Thorn Whip also has a does it have a range of 30 feet? Really?
Yeah, it's a cantrip. It's like a whip. It's a very, very long whip, too. It's 30 feet.
Yeah, 30 feet ain't long enough for me to do it from like that large of a distance.
Yeah,
Okay.
if you wanted to go back down there and try it.
I would have to like...
I don't recommend that.
I don't think I'm gonna try that. Yeah. You I'm gonna have Serena go as close as reasonably possible for her to see the statue and cast Dispel on it.
The spell magic on the darkness.
Man, I should. Now I'm thinking about it. I'm like, I have Counterspell too. I should have used Counterspell when that thing tried to touch Serena. Ugh.
Lessons learned.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Ooh, what's the shatter? My favorite spell.
You go inside and you see the dark shrouded mist around this statue's head, and you cast a spell magic. And you see the statue. Link your dark vision. Your dark vision is it 60 feet? Or is it 30 and then vague at 60?
Okay, so, and let me see. Okay, half elf dark vision, let me see. Dim light within 60 feet and darkness as in dim light.
Okay,
Wait.
so you do so within 60 feet. So this is around 50 feet away. You see, make a perception check.
A nat 20.
You see from the dissipated black mists that this statue's head appears to be hollow from the interior. And with a nat 20, you see the faintest bit of movement from the inside.
And of the head?
Of the head.
So there's something in the head. Okay.
But
Okay, well next time I'll have to cast Shatter, because Shatter is if I want to bust some stuff, that's the move to bust it with.
so you're heading back out?
Yeah, I'm heading back outside. I'm gonna report my results, my findings to the rest of the team.
Mm-hmm. No problem.
Yeah, Casimir and I are gonna have our counter spells on lockdown, ready to go.
Yes, and as you bring that up, he's like, "Yes, I dispelled something that I saw from one of the turrets above. Who knows what would have happened if that is succeeded? Now that you've dispelled the darkness, we should be able to see the spell and we should be able to counter it theoretically." Oh god, it hurts.
Right. Although I also saw something really weird inside the head. It looked like there was something in there? Like living.
Well,
Or moving, at least.
if that was a spell, maybe the caster's in the head.
Maybe. Ugh, whatever it is. When we face it, we absolutely have to be ready.
Yeah.
Take that down.
I could never see. I can't see what you guys are talking about. But until I went down the steps. But maybe, just maybe, if there are any statues or magical things in this temple that are, clearly, apart from the rest of the everything, maybe we treat it a little bit more careful in the future.
Right. Oh, that reminds me, the wand. Maybe we need to be careful about that thing too.
Casimir takes out the wand. I do not believe so. It is fine. Usually, I believe that this is just, according to the enchantment, I think it's just meant for finding doors and things like that. Like secret entrances.
Really?
Very useful.
I don't have like an identify spell or anything like that.
I don't know, do you?
No, I don't.
Yes, well.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know what it does.
Yep. That's what Casimir says this.
Okay, well, if you're comfortable using it, I guess you should use it then. Because I don't know how to use it.
Well, I'll use it whenever you want to. Alright.
Okay.
So what's the plan?
Okay.
Are you calling it a complete day?
From a scale of 1 to 10, how disappointed would Kai be?
It's up to you.
No, it's not up to me. I asked you this.
Oh, how disappointed would I be? I know things. It's whatever you want to do.
Okay, so according to a rough translation, that's probably like a 7 or an 8. Okay, so let's see. Okay, let me roll the rest of the hit die. Wah. On average, how much would Cure Wounds heal then? So
4 per dice.
So 4 plus 3, so 7. Okay, so I'm gonna cheese the system a little bit.
Oh, you're just doing the math.
Well, the thing is, good berry.
Oh.
I could just cast good berry multiple times. Everyone just eat 10 berries, and then bam, everyone's all healed.
So it's 10 berries per cast of good berry? That's higher than the average. Yeah, if you just want to stock up on good berries, you absolutely could do that.
The thing is, Serena 1.0 was also a life cleric, and every spell that you heal with gives an additional 2 plus the spell point. So each good berry healed 4.
Yes.
So that each level 1 berry was worth 40 healing points. And that's
All right. So you're passing out berries. How many berries are you making?
I'm trying to think. If I cast it 3 times, that's 30 HP, 10 across the board for everybody.
Yeah.
That would almost put me at full health.
So you cast it twice and you eat all of them?
No, I'd have to cast it 3 times. 1 for Serena, 1 for Ismark, 1 for Casimir.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like 20 berries almost healing you up to full health. Okay. So what are you doing? What's the plan? I'll give people the HP.
Okay, I'm giving everyone a 30 HP. 1, 2, 3.
Okay. 3 level 1 spell slots. Ismark gets 10, Casimir gets 10, and you get 10.
And I do technically have 7 that I made last night, which actually would lead.
Good point.
No, so I have 7 extra.
Yeah.
From the night before.
Yeah.
So.
Sure. How are you going to distribute those?
No, I'm going to keep them.
Okay.
For emergencies.
All right.
Okay, they're always for emergencies. And if we end up not eating them within 24 hours, well, then they just become regular berries. Now they're a snack.
Yep. All right. Everyone seems significantly more healthy after those berries.
That's good.
And like they're ready to follow your lead.
Okay. Whew. I have no hit dice.
Neither does anyone else.
Great. My lay on hands, I only have 1 for emergencies. All right, let's go back in and let's try to bust that statue. Okay, let's try to get something done today because we still have the entire rest of the temple to take care of.
Yep. All right. So you approach the interior of the temple yet again. Looking out at the balcony, you see the now bare statue in the shadows in the map.
Now let me look up shatter really quick. Okay, a non-magical object that isn't being worn or carried also takes damage if it's in the spell's area. Maybe I should cast Shatter on the...
Shatter would be very effective on the statue.
Yeah, I know. Shatter's our favorite move. So I think this is what we're going to do. Okay. Ismark's job is to just stay near Serena and Casimir, make sure like none of us are getting beat up, right? Because we don't want him getting near it either. Okay, so from a distance, we're gonna get as close as possible, but also as far as possible so that, you know, we're like a safe distance away, okay?
Yep.
Serena's gonna cast Shatter. Because we already cast a spell.
Yep. So, roll the damage.
And Casimir's gonna have Counterspell ready to go.
Yeah. And Casimir is ready and focused and is like, okay, we're dealing with spellcasters. You're not gonna get caught off guard again. You take out your violin and screech, and the sound fills the hall, and you target this statue, and the statue begins to crack and crumble, but it's not quite enough. You probably need to cast it again before it crumbles. As you see the green flames from the turrets on the left side go out, and then you hear muffled screams of anguish coming behind the doors. And the pitter-patter of blades and loud thumping noises coming from the closed room where you saw the robed individuals.
What? How? Okay, I'm a little confused. Wait, there's muffled screaming coming from where?
This room. To your left.
This room?
Yeah. The lights, the lights on the turret, on these things snuffed out, and then you started hearing muffled sounds of banging and things coming from the other side of the wall.
Okay, well, is the door locked? Can they not get out?
The door is not locked.
Well, then why are they not getting out? What? Y'all, get out! Oh my gosh, okay, well, I guess I'll use cantrip, use Thorn Whip, and open the door. Like, y'all, get yourselves out. Why are you not getting out?
You cast your cantrip.
I'm trying to think, is that 30? Okay, that's not close enough.
And you see very clearly why that did not happen. Oh, that's the wrong thing.
Did they all get barbecued?
You open the door to see 3 flaming skulls cackling, and the entire room is charred black with ash as they look over at you. And we're going to use the same initiative order for my sanity.
No, because they're all going first. I think we should re-roll initiative.
If that's what my player wants, sure.
Well, I mean, let's just use the same initiative. You mean the ones that rolled a 20, and a 10?
I would have said the same thing if they had rolled any differently. But everyone in this room is dead.
16.
16. All right. Ismark and Casimir. Rolling a 3 and a 12. It's same thing, except for you rolled a little worse.
What did they roll?
The skulls.
We have to see if they roll suck.
That's true. 1, 2, 3. 17, 18, and a 5. It's basically the same order. It might be the same order, actually. Wait, what did Casimir roll? Casimir rolled a 3.
You know what? You know what? Which one? What were the numbers?
Natural 17. So that's a 19, a 20, and a 7.
Can we turn one of those into a 1?
Do you have a natural 1?
I do.
Sure.
All right.
Okay. So, top of the round, we got ourselves a Scully boy. And yes, it is going to cast a spell as it is cackling. A orb of fire starts to emanate from between all of you right here as Casimir just shouts, "Nope," snaps his fingers, and the spell dissipates. And that's that skull's turn. Serena, you're up.
Yes. Throw that nope card. Okay. Let's do an encore of my favorite spell, the Shatter, just for the spooky skulls in here.
All right.
Since most people inside are dead, unfortunately.
Everyone is turned to ash. The entire room is charred black.
Well, rip. All right, Shatter. Ha! 18.
18, and they need to make a con save.
I doubt their con save is all that high.
1, 2, 3.
Or the Constitution score.
Is it? It actually ain't bad. So that's a 14, an 11, and a 9. So that's... Does the 14 save?
It's a 14 DC.
Okay, so one of them saves, 2 of them fail. So that's 9 points to one of them and 18 to the rest.
But the thing is, aren't they made of bone? If they're flaming skulls?
Your rules lawyering me, I like it. Let's see.
They're made of inorganic material. So, no, would that be considered...
It's bone. That's kind of a gray area.
Yeah, that's a real gray area, because it could be...
I will say, for the purposes of this, I will interpret it as inorganic material.
Yes!
So, what's the deal? It takes double, or does it just does it automatically fail?
Disadvantage on the saving throw.
Disadvantage on the save. Okay. And it rolled a 14 on the second one, so it still saves, unfortunately.
Oh, rip.
But still, not bad at all as you screech your bow across your violin. And a thunderous roar echoes from this little room. And, yep, they're already starting to look fairly rough. Next up is Casimir. Casimir. Who is going to step up. And... Alright, burning skulls. I'm gonna have him make an intelligence check here. No, this doesn't quite feel right. And he starts going through his spells a little bit. I don't have many things, I suppose. This is all I can do. And he is going to cast Magic Missile at...
You know what? Magic Whistle is respectable, okay? It's the bread and butter.
The magic missiles blast into this green one, and bits of bone splatter all across the floor, and it looks like it is barely keeping shape. And next up is this skull. Yeah, it's barely alive. And yeah, a spell starts forming from the green one's mouth, charging up a beam.
All right, I don't want that. I'm gonna counterspell.
And the spell dissipates, and that's that one's turn.
Okay, stop it.
All right, next up is Ismark, who lets out a battle cry and is gonna try to smack this green one. With a 14, does that hit? That does hit! And smacks this creature in half as energy explodes out from this flaming skull and enters Ismark. And he starts to glow red yet again. And this green one is dead. And last up is blue. And the blue skull, a bit of energy starts to form up from its mouth, and he coughs up 3 bursts of energy. 1, 2, 3. 7, 4. 14 points of force damage to Ismark. Grits his teeth and takes it on the chin. Next up is the red skelly, who is going to do the same thing. 14. That's 7. That's 32. 3 beams of energy. 1, 2, 3. 2, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 10 points. Ismark takes a step back. There is a little bit of a hole in his torso that is gushing blood. And Serena, it's your turn.
Okay. I can't use shatter in there again. Ismark, move. I can't do anything. I can't do anything because he's in the way.
You don't have anything that you can do, really?
Unless I would run in there with him.
You could also choose the contact point of shatter. I don't know what the radius is, but...
The contact point?
Yeah, because you can select a radius. So I don't know what the radius is, but...
It's a 10-foot radius.
So yeah, you could target the
So...
Yeah, that would just... Yeah, you could hit the blue skull shatter if you wanted to. If you wanted to hit the red, you would need to hit his mark, basically, from any vantage point.
Yeah, no, that's... Oh. Ooh, that could be really bad. Is that worth it? To hit both? I could. I wonder if I could try Thorn Whip.
By the way, Q, I did see your history buff, and I will get to it. I promise.
I can hit the red one and use Thorn Whip, and it would drag it 10 feet closer to me.
I'll say from this vantage point, you can't see the red. You would need to step up. Because the door is right there. You were just gazing through this open door. So you can see the blue from where you are, but you can't see the red. What are you doing?
I kind of hate this idea, but I'm maybe wanting to go melee and use the Sun Sword.
All right.
I don't know what Casimir would do.
He's got his magic missiles.
Yeah, he is. Well, oh, they're homing.
Yeah, they automatically hit.
Yeah, they automatically hit. Okay, so that's not bad. Okay, you know what? I'll do that. I'll use my Sun Sword.
Serena, hair flowing behind her, takes out the hilt of the sword with a flick of the wrist. A beam of radiant energy shoots out, and go ahead and make your melee attack.
14?
That's a 14, which does hit. And if I'm not mistaken, this Sun Sword deals extra damage to undead?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and is that what that extra thing, that extra D10 is?
Let's see. Let's see, +2 a bonus to attack and damage with deals radiant damage instead of slashing when you hit an undead. That target takes an additional 1d8. So that's a 1d10.
That's interesting. The macro is wrong.
Yeah, the macro is backwards, actually.
Yeah.
The macro has it 1d8 first.
Okay, so fix the macro and roll again.
Okay. Ugh, I have to do work?
This is actually the... Well, actually, no, you used the Sun Sword last fight too, and we didn't find this, so you got a stronger Sun Sword, I think. Or a weaker. No, it was...
No.
I don't know, whatever. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Just roll the damage again.
Let's see. Okay, one of the damage rolls with this weapon. So the Oh, it listed the first damage as the radiant, the second damage as the sun sword's damage. That's probably why. Can damage rolls with. I don't know what the natural damage of the sun blade is. It says it's listed as a 1d10, so I'm going to assume it's a 1d10.
Okay, that sounds right. 1d10 plus an additional d10 if it's an undead. That sounds right.
Right.
So you just roll 2d10 of damage.
No, it's a 1d10 and then 1d8 radiant.
Extra radiant damage. Okay, there you go. So it's 1d10 standard, 1d8 extra if it's an undead. Perfect. So go ahead and roll d10 plus the extra d8 because this thing is undead.
Wait, let's see. It's all radiant damage.
Yeah.
It's just if it's undead.
It's just an extra d8.
1d8.
Yeah.
Okay.
So roll the things. Math, everyone. Math.
Okay, there we go. I think I have the macro correct.
Okay,
now.
go and roll the damage. 13 points of damage to Mr. Red. You take your sun sword and plunge it into this thing's mouth. It starts buzzing and evaporating layers and layers of bone as this flaming skull screeches out. And that's your action.
Is it dead?
Nope.
No? After that description, it's not dead?
No, but it is undead, so it ain't happy about that, and that's for dang sure.
Shadow snapped, but it's fine?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, okay.
All right. Got your bonus action still if you'd like.
I'm gonna inspire Ismark.
All right, how do you inspire him?
I don't know. I'm not creative with these things. Like, dude, you got it. Like,
dude, Serena, just dude, you got it.
Yeah, you got it.
And Ismark's like, why are you talking like that? All right, and next up is Casimir.
What do you want me to give you speech every single time I do this, Ismark? Okay.
Is he gonna cast a normal magic missile? Actually, he's not gonna do that. He's gonna upcast it. Actually, is he gonna do that?
Yes, he is.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Okay, he's gonna 1, 2, 3, 4 magic missiles. 3, 4, 7, 1, 2, 3, 10. 13 points of damage to Mr. Blue. The blue one gets smacked with 4 of these arcane missiles. And that is Casimir's turn.
You didn't hit the red one?
And no, he hit the blue, because that is what he can see.
Okay.
And the blue one lets out another cackle. And another 3 magic missiles into Ismark. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, it's casting magic missile.
Yeah, 9.
All these magic whistles, man.
Actually, tries to. And then Casimir snaps its fingers, and it dissipates, and that's its turn. That is the last time I can do that!
Okay, great.
Ismark attacks this creature with a 10. And your inspiration is a d8?
Yes.
14, which is this thing's AC.
Nice.
16 points of damage. Not bad. And skewers the skull and throws it and then slams it across the wall. And this one is dead. Next up is the red one, who its mouth opens. A beam of energy starts to build up. And it is going to cast Magic Missile on you, because it currently has the sun sword in its mouth. And it ain't about that.
Okay, I will sit here for the next 6 seconds.
And
just...
that is 3 ones, so that is 6 points of force damage. And you get slammed with magic missiles that sting. Like,
Ow.
Probably has something to do with the fact that you have a sun sword in its freaking mouth. That these magic missiles aren't quite as effective as they normally would be.
It's gonna leave a bruise.
Yeah. And next up is Serena. Is you.
All right. Well, seeing as it's already in its mouth, I'm just gonna turn it and flick it up.
All right. Make an attack roll.
Okay. Flipping it like an egg.
Yeah.
Waffle. No, what? Waffle. Pancake.
Pancake. Good. Roll. Roll the hit.
A nat 20.
All right.
Is it dead?
How do you want to do this, Serena?
Well, it's already, I mean, like I said, you know, just like turn and then just rip up.
Flip the blade. Like a lightsaber. It cuts it in half. The flames dissipate. And it falls to the ground. Gunsky.
Done.
Casimir approaches the back. All right. Well done, everyone. I cannot counterspell anything that the statue throws at us anymore. I'm sorry, I used it all.
That's okay. I still got one more I can use.
Casimir looks around him. The charred remains of everyone that was in that room. Poor bastards.
Yeah. Although, a part of me wonders whether or not they knew about the things in here.
If they did, why would they have attacked? If they knew about each other and they fought him now, I don't know. Doesn't seem to make sense to me anyway.
Well, whatever the reason is, they didn't deserve this. But we can't spend too much time here, unfortunately.
Are you still going to break that statue?
I still have enough energy to cast a few more spells. I might as well try to break it while we're here. And I'm going to cast another shatter.
All right,
actually, you know what? No, I'm not close enough for Thorn Whip. Okay, I'm going to cast another shatter.
So move your token to where she's standing.
Okay, I gotta be careful about this. Okay, the distance of shatter is 60 feet. So like,
yeah, so you can cast it from the balcony easily. You just,
I can. Yeah.
You just need to move there. Yeah, you just need to move there. And there's a little bit of vertical drop, so it's roughly like 55 to 60 feet exactly from where you are actually, which is kind of wonderful. So go ahead and roll the damage.
12.
Screech! The statue's head and arms fall off. The statue falls down. The statue's head falls down and shatters on the interior. And you see actually, this is a good point. Let me look at something real quick.
Oh no. Oh no. All right, y'all, time to run. Time to run before the DM can finish reading.
Not quite how that works.
Run!
Okay, let me look at this.
Run away!
Let me look this up. Nope. So the head shatters as it lands roughly like right there. And you see a blue-robed individual tumble out as the stone collapses on top of him, crushing his bones in several places.
Huh?
Letting out a squeal, you see a blue-robed humanoid individual screaming out in pain.
Wait, wait. Okay, I'm confused. He was inside
the head.
How big was this head?
It was roughly 5 feet across. It's a big ass statue.
Oh, this head was giant.
Yes.
For enough to hold a whole person.
So every square is 5 feet, and this map is to scale.
Okay. So when we destroyed the head, he fell out.
Yep, and tumbled like 30 feet, and then the head toppled on top of him. And he's letting out screeches, as you see, floating in from another room. A interesting sight. What do we have here? As 3 robed individuals come flying out on brooms.
Oh my gosh, no.
And begin circling this robed individual. Seems like we have an interesting little fly on the floor. What happened to you? Ugh.
Okay, while this is happening, Serena's ducking, hiding, like so she can't be visible, and she's telling and hoping that like Casimir and Ismark are hidden as well.
Yeah. Flying on the brooms are all 3 of these witches, just circling like vultures around this wizard. Make a stealth check, and where are you hiding? There's a balcony right here. There was also the room back there that Ismark is still in and is completely oblivious to all of this.
What does the balcony look like? Are there parts in the balcony that she could hide behind, or
You could hide behind probably the corner piece.
Okay. Yeah. Because I don't know if it's like bar, like where there's no way to hide behind it, or if they're like thick, you know?
Yeah, the corner piece is probably thick enough for you to hide behind. So go ahead and make a stealth check.
Okay.
And Casimir is just gonna duck behind this wall.
18.
18. You feel very sufficiently hidden.
Okay.
And you're just watching the scene unfurl?
Yeah, for now.
The blue-robed individual looks up at these 3 witches. I'll let you be. I'm sure this is just some misunderstanding. I was, just defending myself, I swear. Oh, sure you were, sonny boy. The 3 of these witches circle him. Sure you were. Now, what to do with this tiny little bird? The wizard gets up. Bits of stone protruding in open fractures all over his body. If you leave me now, I'll let you live. Oh, now isn't that adorable? Blood pooling from the floor underneath him. Let me look at these stat blocks. Actually,
I'm not about to fight three hags right now in our condition. Oh my gosh.
And let me look at this creature. Yeah, that did. Fine. You win this time, you old hags. And he looks up at the balcony.
I'm hidden.
And he looks directly where you were standing. and doesn't say anything. I'm sure someone will deal with you soon enough. And his form disappears. Where did he go? Where did he go? And these things start flying up high and swarming around, actively looking for this individual. And they're going to roll me some perception checks.
Oh, no.
You rolled an
what if I rolled an 18, but what if they find Serena?
They fly around on their brooms, looking around every corner to see where he might have gone. They start blasting spells all along the corner wall. They haven't seemed to have noticed you. What are you doing?
I think we need to leave now. Like this has escalated.
Casimir motions you toward him.
And she's like,
He motions you toward him, and he's reaching out his hand toward you, and he his other hand's in the room.
And she's like looking at the hags like really quickly. She's like, fine, and she like tries to bolt in.
Yeah, and he touches you, and you all disappear from sight, turning invisible.
Okay, great.
And you can make it out of there. No problem. Back out toward the front. You hear the sounds of blasting spells. You bastard wizard! Show us your secrets! We came here for power, and by gods, by Strahd, we will have it! And blasting coming from the inside. And you just hear that screaming coming from the interior of the Amber Temple.
Okay, so we've run into like a coven of hags. And they seem to like Strahd. They seem to be fans. So that's not good.
Casimir dusts off his hands as the invisible spell wears off as you step back outside.
I think we kind of need to find a place to hide outside. What if they come outside looking for this person?
We could go around the mountain, I suppose.
Well, I'm actually looking at this picture.
Yeah, you could go around the bend. If you want.
That's what I'm thinking of, like hiding around.
Okay.
It's not that far.
No, it isn't.
But, like, it's enough to have, like...
You would lose your cover, though, from the elements, and you would be exposed. And Casimir is attempting to light up a cigarette. And failing. And he looks up at the Ember Temple. I just remembered something. The wizard in the room and the one that dropped out of the head. I remember a story. Maybe it was this place that it was talking about. I never learned of the actual location, but there was a place that was built 2,000 years ago, roughly, supposedly. And spellcasters and wizards, they built a place, and it was supposedly in Barovia, but I maybe it is this place to house a great evil and keep it from the outside world, from some dark entities. No one ever heard from the wizards after they built this place. Unfortunately, Q, that's around as much as I can give you without it being major spoiler territory, but there you go.
Well, it's an interesting story, but...
So there is some power here. I knew it! My dreams were not a lie!
Well, seeing as we have 3 cackling witches going looking for power in here, there might be something here.
So we are not the only ones then. But what we are looking for, it is here. A way to end Strahd once and for all.
We don't know what's here.
Yeah,
right.
Hold your horses, Kaz.
I mean, for all we know, the only power that could be here could be a completely evil one. Something, I don't know, if possible, even worse than Strahd. Either way, let's find a place to hide.
All right. So you are leaving the covered top of the Amber Temple and going around the bend.
Well, I mean, what do we? Can we hear the witches?
You can still hear them.
Hags inside?
You can hear them cackle, and then spell blasting, and then everything goes quiet.
Everything goes quiet. Oh, we might not even need to hide then. If they just maybe just hide it like around the bend, like, you know, like where's are we just like right here?
Yeah, roughly.
Okay. I don't know if it would be possible to move to like either just like right here.
Yeah, you would be exposed to the elements. That's the only downside. But you could move out of sight from the entrance.
We can. Okay, let's move. What time of day is it?
It's still midday. There's still plenty of day left.
So let's just move to the side. We can be exposed to the elements a little bit because, I mean, it's daytime. It's not that bad. But once it gets to like nighttime is when we need to worry, you know? So yeah, let's go ahead and move for now. And then we can move back if it's deemed safer to do so.
Okay. You move around the bend. The wind immediately begins to pound against your side. And the horse clops on. And you realize it would be impossible to take the cart through this much snow. The wheels would get stuck in a rut easily, and even the horse is basically up to its neck. The road that you took seemed to be cut out by something, but to go off that road, the snow is immediately starting to pile up.
Dang.
You could still do it, but you would need to leave the cart behind, your stuff.
No, that's not worth it. All right. You know what? We're just gonna have to pick whatever is the nicest, like, place to hang out from where we were, and then we'll just have to defend our position.
Okay. So you chill.
And hope the winds don't fly outside.
And you make camp for the night.
Yeah. Besides, I only have like enough spell slots for like one more spell, which would be like for the Lehman's tiny hut. So, well, I have 3 spell slots left, but I don't want to. I don't want to get into a new situation where I'm desperate to use them. You know.
For sure. So, do you cast the hut?
Yeah.
The dome appears. Are you cutting out any visuals or outside noises? Because the snow is now building on top of this dome very quickly. Actually, no, with where you are? No, I lied. Not very quickly, but snow is pitter-pattering against the side that's exposed to the wind. I don't know if you want to make it any color or anything like that, but if you're blocking out sound...
I'm not gonna block out sound. We need to make sure that if anything's around the corner, we need to know. Okay. I don't want to wake up in the morning, be like, what a lovely day we're having today. I let go of the tiny hut and bam, we have a bunch of like witches outside being like, good morning, children.
Yeah.
Like, no, I don't need that in my life. All right.
Fair.
So let's make the dome, might as well make it like a snow color.
Okay. You make it stark white that blends in perfectly and matches the hue of the fog and the snow that is around you. And Kaz lights a fire. And the snow and the smoke rises up through it. And then he looks at you and realizes, oh, should I not have done that? I'm sorry. I figured you were freezing. And his mark immediately gets close to the fire. I mean, I was.
Wait. Can smoke get out? I'm sure.
Yeah. If you want it to. Anything you want to be able to pass through it, passes through it.
Yeah. That's fine then.
Yeah. So just a black pillar of smoke vents out just fine, and you can also choose to keep the heat in. So,
well, of course.
Yeah.
The temperature inside is comfortable.
Yeah.
So
Ismark is just drying himself off from all the snow and from the day's travel.
Right. All right.
Overall, could have been worse. As he takes off his coat and sets it by the fire, starts taking off his shoes and wringing out his socks.
Yeah, it could have been worse. I think that's the theme of our journey so far.
Fair. But we are here. And that's got to mean something, right? We made it.
Yeah. We barely survived making it past the front doors. And now there's witches inside.
Well, probably the voices that we were hearing earlier, yeah?
Probably. Now we'll have to figure out how to deal with them, because I feel like we will have to deal with them at some point.
More information, though, no? The more information we have, the more informed decisions we can make, so we know that there are witches, and we know that there is a blue-robed person who cast spells at us and nearly killed us all.
Right. And just because it seems like those hags didn't know who that person was, it doesn't mean that they're our friend either.
True.
We have to assume that everyone in there is likely an enemy.
True. And he didn't seem to approve of the witches, but I wonder why he didn't attack them when they entered.
Right.
But they didn't. They were clearly hostile toward him. Maybe it has something to do with Strahd or something. I don't know.
I don't know. Either way, we must be careful with anyone we meet in there.
Right. Well, are we done for the day? I know we only spent like a little over an hour in there, but I'm already feeling a little.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think I could do much more myself.
All right.
I mean, I feel okay, but I'm pretty much spent energy-wise.
Same here, and if I came across that spellcaster or any other spellcasters, I wouldn't be able to stop their spells anymore.
And I wouldn't be able to do much myself.
I think we can do this. We were just caught off guard in the beginning. That's it. We were just caught off guard. But now we know. So going back in, this place wants to kill us. And we need to treat it like that.
Right. All right. Well, this dome will protect us while we rest, so I guess round 2 tomorrow.
I love this dome. As Mark puts out his mat.
Me too. One of the best spells I ever learned.
I don't suppose you have a spare scroll that maybe I could learn, too.
Well, unfortunately, I have sheet music. I mean, they're magical. They're spells, but they're not written like wizard spells. Does that make sense?
Let me see.
Like, I can translate a wizard spell into bard spells sometimes, depending on the spell, but
I noticed.
it's a very long, arduous process.
So what?
Basically,
you just interpret text as music?
well, it's a okay. So at my bard college, we learned something like how do I describe it? It's a type of musical rune writing, magical writing, where we're able to take spells from other classes and translate it into sheet music, where we basically have to create the notes and the corresponding words that will activate the spell as if it were like a wizard spell or a druid spell or something like that. So we take the spell and we translate it into sheet music that we record onto our instrument. And then when we play those sequence of notes or sing those sequence of words and the correct notes and stuff, we use the magical coding to activate the spell, for the spell to recognize, I'm using this.
Fascinating.
Did that make any sense? I don't know if that made any sense.
So in other words, you are using your voice or an instrument as a magical catalyst, and as something that would be akin to this, and he points to his spell book, and just a little notebook, or perhaps this, and he points to his ring, like a spellcasting focus, and instead of saying an incantation, you incorporate rhythm and pitch and flow that through a spellcasting focus, and it can simulate magical effects such as incantations from the voice or from other spells, or maybe somatics. It can act similarly, if not identically, while being different. That is fascinating.
Sort of, yeah. As far as magical focuses go, it would be the instrument that I'm using. But I suppose the music is pretty much identical to an incantation. The incantation, of course, is different. Regular wizards and such use, words and somatic components and
Ismark takes his pillow and puts it over the top of his head.
Bards, they play a sequence of notes.
And you go on and on and on and on, talking about the intricacies of the difference between bard magic and wizards. And he tells you, and he's like, oh, so like maybe I could do something like that. And it's like, no, it's not that simple.
Well,
and you need to study. And yeah. It's
like to learn music theory.
Yeah, exactly. And you have this long-winded conversation with Casimir about spellcasting. And he is infatuated. In particular, the magical secrets that you gained and how you managed to incorporate those onto music. And he is in complete awe of the intricacies and the complexity that you brought to it, and just that musical essence of making a spell and how incredible that is. And Casimir is incredibly impressed with you. And you talk about that for a good long while.
Oh, thank you. I went to one of the best bard schools in Rommel. That's one of the benefits of having a famous bard grandmother.
Yeah, my sister taught me everything I know a long time ago.
So I assume she was a wizard too.
Yeah, she was not a pushover. Her life goals were to become as strong as she possibly could. Strahd had already been reigning over our people for a long time, and sadly, against him she could not, He gets quiet a little bit. Yeah, what we could do was not enough to save her.
I don't know if this is prying too much. You don't have to answer, but what? Okay, so she died along with a bunch of the other women, but why?
Well, we are here at the Ember Temple. You've got me here. It is a very sad story. I don't know if that bothers you, but it ends in the genocide of my people. It is not a pleasant tale. I'm willing to tell it. I don't know if I want to darken your day any further.
Well, you don't have to go into any detail at all, but I think it would be helpful to know at least why this happened to your people.
So, make a persuasion check with advantage.
Persuasion with advantage. 21.
My sister sought power, and she was a fool. She wanted to, wed Strahd, hoping that she could convince him to lessen his grasp on their land and to become the mistress of Barovia.
Oh.
Sadly, as you and I both know, that would never happen. Before Patrina, that is her name, could go through with such a mistake, our people gathered up and did everything we could to convince her not to go. But she was hard-headed, just like me. And she was convinced that she could do it, that she could convince Strahd otherwise, and he was very happy to marry her.
He agreed to marry her?
Yeah. There was a wedding planned, and we were all invited. As you've seen with his brides before, you know how he treats them. And she was convinced that she was different. That she could change him. She was only thinking of our people, I'm sure. And maybe certainly about herself and trying to further her power. Maybe hoping to learn some of the spells that Strahd had used to subjugate everyone of Barovia. She sought power, but she also was not a bad person. At least I don't think she was. Looking back, it's kind of hard to say. But nevertheless, we could not have one of our own shaming our people like this. So before she could leave for the wedding, the chieftain at the time ordered her tied to a post in our central encampment, and she was stoned to death.
What?
To keep her from going and to dissuade others from making the same foolish decision. I myself took part and felt horrible. Like I could have done something, but I was scared. I was younger then. And Strahd was not too happy that we killed his bride-to-be. And as the retribution, he came into our encampment, sent out his servants, wolves, demons, slaughtered the former chief, and killed every woman, including all of the little girls. All of my people, leaving the men to grieve their friends, their wives, their children. To writhe in our pain, in our long-lasting, cursed elfid lives, without love for many of us. Without child, no matter how much we tried. He left us to die and helplessly watches our people slowly but surely dwindled into nothingness. I was given the honor of leading our people afterwards. No one doubted my dedication, considering how I stoned my own sister to death. But I had nightmares, and I've continued to have nightmares. She has come to me in my dreams, telling me that there's a way that I can atone for this, a way to bring her back. And every time I tell her, I am sorry, I am so sorry. And every time she says that there is a way to make it up to her, I just need to go to the Ember Temple. There is a way to end Strahd there, and pauses. And a way to bring her back.
Bring her back?
Undo what I have done.
Trying to think for a moment. While the story is incredibly sad, it also makes her think really hard about why we're actually here.
There is ancient power here. And I'm sure the way to kill Strahd, or at least to end him, is inside. I know it's true. The way to end all of this is inside that temple somewhere, and also a way to bring back my sister.
Okay, so let me get this straight. Your sister wanted to marry Strahd to help lessen the tyranny that he was causing your people. And you stoned her because she wanted to do that?
She was trying to marry the devil.
So you stoned her to
She would
death
not
to stop her from doing so?
Of course that was not our first course of action, but she would not listen. We would either have our people... I would have Strahd as my brother-in-law. He scowls and looks down. I do not... I regret my decision, but I remember the way I felt and why I did it.
You say that there's a way to bring your sister back, somewhere in this temple. You must know now that this place is an incredibly evil place.
So is Strahd. We have been under his thumb for as long as... for forever. Everyone is tired, Serena. You're new here. You've seen the people, you've seen what some of them are like. Everyone is tired. They want it to end. Anyway, and if there is a way to end Strahd, I am going to do it. We have to. Or at least have to see what it is. Maybe it is not evil at all. Maybe we don't know. We need to look. A way to end Strahd's reign is in there. Right behind us.
You keep saying that. But you don't actually know that, do you?
I do. As much as I know that you are sitting here in front of me right now, I know. I know that all of the answers are in there.
And she just kind of goes quiet, thinking for a little bit before she says, all right, I don't really know what to think right now, so thank you for telling me, but we should probably get some rest.
Hey, Serena. I trusted you with this. We've been traveling together for a long time. And I trust that you won't abandon me now, yeah?
I won't, but I hope that the story of your sister doesn't sway you to make desperate decisions.
Look where we are, Serena. In the middle of nowhere. On top of a god's forsaken mountain. At a place that reeks of evil and disgust. Do you think that I would want to come here if I was not desperate?
I suppose we all are a little bit desperate in a way. And with that, she's just gonna go to sleep.
You turn over. And Casimir goes to his side. Is there anything that you were doing before you sleep your 8 hours? The sun is still out. But you need to rest. Is there anything that you're doing?
I mean, other than my obligatory good berries, since I do have one more spell slot for that. I'm trying to think. I mean, we'll be healed to full hit points with a full rest anyway. So. Operation. Nah, that's it.
Okay. You take a little bit of time. Yank your good berries. And sleep takes you. And you find yourself in a familiar black void. This place has become as familiar as your childhood home. As you see the dark silhouettes of the people that look exactly like the amber statues that you've seen right where you were sleeping. These people are all shrouded in hooded cloaks, and they're looking at you, just staring.
Who are you?
One of them steps up, and you made sound for the first time in this space. And one of them steps up, and they all say in unison, "We are the ones who sought to keep the evil at bay. We are the ones who seek an end to Strahd's curse."
What happened?
Corruption, 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 the corruption. They all start muttering the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. And one of them pipes up. "We were not strong enough. Another one steps up. "We failed, as you will inevitably fail if you do not uncover this temple's secrets."
Tell me, in this temple, is there really a way to stop Strahd?
"Stop Strahd, the devil. Yes, yes, I'm the devil Strahd." And they all start mumbling to each other. Another one pipes up and walks toward you, gently. The air all around you getting colder and colder, and the hair stands up on the back of your neck with each step that he gets closer to you. Towering above you, a good 4 feet, looking down. "There is but one way to end this curse, to end Strahd's reign forever. And it lies within the temple. It lies encased in amber."
Where?
The vault, yes, the vault. She needs to go to the vault. When they all start mumbling back and forth.
The vault. Wait. How do I know I can trust you all?
There is but one way. It is up to you whether or not you choose to take it.
What is that way? What will I find? What do I have to do?
The dark powers will make everything clear. And as these questions build up in the back of your mind, you awaken. And you look up to these statues that are overlooking you. The perfect outline of the people that were in your dreams.
What time is it?
It's pushing probably mid-evening. The sun is down. You went to sleep like midday, so maybe it's probably like late evening now. The sun's down.
All right, time to go into the Amber Temple in the middle of the night. Creepy. Okay. Well, are the others awake?
Yep. Ismark, as usual. Already got his stuff up. Polishing the edge of a spear. Casimir, just looking at you with a very concerned look on his face.
I had a dream.
Then you know what must be done, yes?
I think so. I just hope. And she looks at the statues that stare down at them. I just hope that whatever's there, it works.
It will. We will make it work. It has to.
And I hope that whatever it takes to get it, it won't cost too much.
That is the question, isn't it? We know that this place is evil, but even if the way to end Strahd's curse is inside here, I don't know if I'm gonna like it.
Right. But either way, I don't know another way to stop Strahd. I'm certainly not powerful enough to even think about fighting him. So if there is an answer in here somehow, then we have to at least try to find it, whether we like it or not. And I'll just have to trust that whatever these ghosts have told me is true and worth following.
Well, then let's stop wasting time then. Ismark stands up. Let's get whatever this power is and get the hell out of here.
Okay. And she gets up, gets herself ready, and let's go on in for round 3.
As you descend the shadowy staircase, the wind howling from the darkness on the outside, newfound determination and newfound uncertainty and newfound fear all cloud your mind. But there's only one way to go, and it's forward. One foot in front of the other, as you descend back into the darkness of the Ember Temple. And that is where we are going to end tonight's session.
Wah.